Galatians 3:26. Actually, it's on your sheets, yeah. Yeah, don't give it to me. You read it. You read it.
So in Christ Jesus, you are all children of God through faith. For all of you who were baptized in Christ have clothed yourselves with Christ. There is neither Jew nor Gentile, neither slave nor free, nor is there male and female, for you are all one in Christ Jesus.
Okay. What Carol just read was revolutionary. I want you to catch, especially since you are reading off the guide sheets, you'll notice the operative phrases are all bold and they're underlined. And there are a number of things that he hits there that would have blown people away. He says, somehow in the way we are set up, there is now dividing lines that are broken down. There is no longer Jew nor Gentile. Say what? In the time of Paul, one of the greatest walls that existed was between the Jew and the Gentile. That was a divide that people just didn't cross. There is neither slave nor free. We are in the dark ages of the Roman Empire, in the darkness. Slavery was a way of life. Slavery was embedded, and even in the Jewish culture, there was a form of slavery. It was everywhere. What do you mean there is no division between slave or free? And here's the good one, and no division between male and female. Oh, really? I think it just comes down to this. There was a time of brute force. Whoever was the stronger was going to be the top of the ladder in the society. Well, men are stronger than women generally. And so, yeah, they were ruling the roost. And women were hardly better off than slaves in much of what was going on here. And here's Paul saying, talk about great equality. There is no difference between men and women because they are all one in Christ. They are all one in Christ. So here's Paul. He blows religion out the door. He blows the cultures out the door. He even blows the whole gender thing out the door. But what happens when all of these teachings start to fade? What happens when dignity starts to fade? Well, wow. Maybe we have things like mass shootings because you know what? People aren't of that great of value anyway, even children. Maybe we just treat each other a whole lot meaner. Maybe there's a whole lot of nasty stuff starts going down. Maybe there is even still need of things like the Me Too movement because somehow there's still a pushback for all of the dignity that women have fought so hard to get. There is still the uptick in domestic violence and abuse. There is still a need. How about slavery? We thought we've abolished slavery. As we look at it, the human trafficking is one of the worst scourges of the modern world, even in airports. Now they're training the people at the gates to have an eye on people who might be victims of this human trafficking. The worst kind of slavery imaginable. So as we move away from what we have been taught, we start to see these things flow back in. Even in our own formation of government, as you look at, do these words sound familiar to you? We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I wonder where they got that idea. That they are endowed by their Creator, by their coat, by the thing that can cover them with certain unalienable rights. That means they're yours. You as a human being cannot be alienated. Those are your basic human rights. Where do we get the idea that anybody has basic human rights? They are endowed by their Creator. What happens then if you take the Creator out of the picture? Well, how do you keep the Creator in the picture? You have a deep understanding of what it means to be in Christ.